3, 2, 1, and we are live here, and here. I may have hijacked my friend's office, but she's off, so it doesn't know. I've got the lights going. They don't look that good up there on this computer, but they look great here. How's that lighting, people? Good angles. I'm standing up for the call today because it's a big one. I really want to help you increase your bank account. I want to help you increase your money vibration. This is so cool. I love standing up. It's very different, lots of different energy, different state. I had my half-day workshop on the weekend. I'm running several half-day workshops throughout the year, which will increase as we go, and there's so many more people that want to come. Something that I take away, guys, is I always listen to you. What do you need more of? What do you want more of? And then I'll do whatever I can to package it and deliver it straight to you. Hello, Lauren and Stephen Brand. Good to see you. I haven't seen you guys in ages. So what I want to do is talk about a topic that a lot of people are really scared to talk about. And it's called money, money, money. Must be funny in the rich man's world. So what I want to talk to you about is different ways that you can, apart from just looking at your bank account and saying I don't have enough, or looking at trying to pay the bills or trying to do this or to do that, what we can do intuitively, what we can do internally, what we can do with our vibration to attract in, invite in, and manifest more money. Because I was of the belief system for a really long time that we were all just had our date, our destiny settled out, and I would always just have enough to get by. And it wasn't until I started hanging out with and spending time, proximity is power, with people who had more than me and then made that my normal, that I could actually make it a possibility for me to have more and be more, and then realize the more I have, the more I can impact. So if you want more money, the first thing that we need to do is recognize where you're at, what you're currently thinking, what you're currently feeling, what reality are you creating around finances and money. Do you have an empowering set of belief systems or a disempowering set of belief systems? Because what happens for all of us, and nobody is excluded from this, is you hear things from your parents, your teachers, your uncles, your aunties, your neighbors, all the adults around you as you grow up, and then you form this opinion, you form this belief system around money and how much you deserve. You also get this whole belief system around what money means, what having it means, what it doesn't mean. When we went through it with the ladies at the half-day workshop yesterday, there was a lot of belief systems or ideas like money doesn't grow on trees. I've got to sacrifice to have money. There's never enough. Who's heard that one? There is never enough. No matter what I do, as you start to up level, what happens is you self-sabotage yourself and then you drop back down here. So there's a few really simple, easy strategies that we can implement immediately to start shifting and changing your money vibration. Because what a lot of people do, as I just said, hey Kelly, is they put themselves on the outside of themselves and they ask themselves, how do I make more money? Because the thing is, the money in your life is a reflection on what you think and feel about yourself. If you feel undeserving, if you feel unworthy, you will not attract money into your life. So the half-day workshop, it's one of the last components of the day. It's the very last step, number 6, unlocking finances and cashed up. And what we do is we go straight in and we implement immediately how to change your money vibration. So what we do is we draw out all the limiting belief systems that you currently have around money. We put them up on the board, and then I do a thing right in that moment, because you can do it now if you're watching. You've got a pen and paper there. Write down the things that you hear your internal dialogue say about money. So for me, it was like, there is never enough. I don't have enough to pay the bills. And then it moved on for me to I don't have enough to I've just got enough. I can just pay everything. And then it moved on again as I kept doing these strategies to, I've just got a little bit more than I need. And now, after doing all the things that I'm teaching you at the half day, at the retreat, on the lives, I have a surplus and it just keeps coming. The day I realized nobody owns money, it's an energy, and it just is cycled around. The more you get, the more you give out, the more you give out, the more you get. But what most people try to do first is get first. Everything I do, I say to myself, how can I add more value? How can I help more people? And when you hit that vibration of serving, is a vibration, so it's going to be reflected back to you. So let's get super clear about what you're currently thinking and feeling about money in that internal dialogue. If you've got a pen and paper, start writing it down, because honestly guys, it's as simple as recognizing and acknowledging what you're currently thinking about money. There's not enough, I have to work hard, people that have money are greedy, people that have money are ripping people off, whatever it is, write it down, and then you go to the exact opposite and you rewrite it so it's the exact opposite. So for example, there's not enough. I say, there is more than enough. I have more than enough. If it's money doesn't grow on trees, I would say something like, money comes to me easily. Or money does grow on trees, like it's everywhere, it's just an energy. There's so many little tips and tricks. So write those things down. Everyone's got different ones. And honestly, just write the exact opposite to what you wrote in your negative statement. And it will help to start tweak and shift and refine this belief system around money. I promise you, nothing will change until you change the belief system. So we've got to go in there, rewire the subconscious brain to get a different reality on the outside. The second thing that you can do is write a letter to money. Because a lot of us are talking to money like, oh, if it was a person and you're saying, yeah, there's never enough and it's your fault I can't do this and I want to go to the holiday or to buy the car or the house and I don't have enough money, it's money's fault that I can't go out for dinner. If that was a person, would money want to come and stay with you? So what's your internal dialogue around money and how you are speaking to money? So keep in mind, money is an energy. It doesn't belong to anybody. It comes in, it comes out. We're not the custodians of money. We are the vessels to utilize it. The other question to ask yourself is, what is money? Hey Julianne, what actually is money to you? Because that's going to teach you a lot about your money story. Is it something that you own? Is it something that you earn? For me, it's something I attract and I get to share now. It's absolutely amazing. And I used to be always too scared to talk about it because I didn't want people judging me. I didn't want people's belief systems around money to be attached to me and my offerings. But what I've realized now, which is far more important than what people think of me, is that I've done it. I've created enormous amounts of abundance, particularly in the last month. Once you hear the numbers by the end of the month, it will blow your mind. My brain is still like, what just happened? And I feel like it's more important to me to get on here and show you step by step what I've done so you can do it too. So you can experience this freedom and this abundance and this absolute beauty around finances and money, and you can implement it and weave it and put it into your life so you can serve more people, so you can live the life that you desire. So catch your first of all, I'm just waving everyone jumping on. Hello Fenton and Marissa and Dally. Good morning Monday. Good Monday, she says. Yeah, so it's been amazing. I want to take you from where you are right now. So first thing is we've got to take the blindfold off. You've got to get super clear about how much you're bringing in a month. Next step, get super clear about what your goal is. I didn't know any of this 2 months ago. I was just like, yeah, I'd love to make this, and I was really wishy-washy and I was really pixie about it. So somebody took my blindfold off and sat me down and said, sit in front of your computer and work out how much you're making, then come to me and tell me how much you want to make. It was 10 grand a month, and I've got to tell you, that was my goal. Absolutely smashed it, blew it, crushed it out of the water, where my brain was like, let me just add that up again. Because I feel like I've worked the less that I've ever worked. I've served way more people and it just keeps rolling in. So I'm showing you step by step on this live. It's very valuable because you're all going to be able to do this too. If you take this seriously and you do what I tell you to do, and most people won't put this content out, they'll create a package around it and they'll charge you $2 grand for it. But I love to get on here for half an hour. I'll give you as much as I've got in half an hour, because then I've got another call to do. And if you do it, you will make a difference in your money. So first thing you want to do is fill your wallet with as much money as you want to make a day. So go to the bank, get out that money, put it in your wallet. The second thing that you want to do, like I said, is it's actually the first. You want to get where you are, what your goal is, and then steps on how to get to your goal. The other thing that you've really got to do, and that's mainly what this call is about, is the practical things that you can do in the moment to shift it and change it. What I want you to do is write a letter to money. We're going to write a love letter to money. And my brain is telling me right now, Di, why are you giving this away as free content? It's absolutely life-changing. People aren't going to value it unless they have that exchange. People aren't going to value it unless they've paid you for this. because I'm all about serving. And if you're not doing this because you didn't pay me, then I haven't served you. So I shifted my mindset around selling shit to people, which is what most other people will do out there. And if you're a business person on this call, and I can see lots of you jumping on, very beautiful, amazing business people, we have got to redirect our focus from getting money for people and having an exchange for a service for money. We've got to expand it. We've got to have a bigger vision. When I show up and serve the people and constantly ask the question in my head, how can I serve more people genuinely, authentically, 100% wholesome, that's when it flows in. If I look at my numbers and my balance and go, shit, can't pay the bills today, how can I make more money? Then that's the vibration and the intention behind the money coming in, and it feels tight and it feels restrictive. So it's a vibrational thing. So I just say to myself, how can I serve more people? And usually there's an exchange for it. And in here, because I'm not charging you for it, the exchange I want is engagement. I want you to tell me and give me feedback if this has been helpful. The process we went through on the half day, on Saturday, 3 people left and said, Di, within 2 hours, I'd made upwards of $500. 3 people, and that was just the last workshop, the one prior, because we change your money vibration in the moment and we do it in a community setting, which is really powerful. I think there was 4 from the previous workshop. And then there's people that want to come and work with me one-on-one. And guys, it's expensive. I value what I do. If I charge you $500 for a session, I can guarantee if you do what I tell you to do, you'll make that back in a day. If you follow it and you believe it and you do what I tell you to do, you'll make it maybe a day's. It's happened in a day, so it can happen in today, possibly a week, maybe a month. But I can guarantee nearly every single person that starts to work with me and does what I say and values the work, think they can't afford it, they have it paid off within a week, 1 day or a week. So you've got to, if you're a business person, you've got to have that fair exchange. Don't give shit out for free. Like, I'm giving you this now, and my brain is like, oh, they might not value it because they haven't paid for it. But it doesn't matter. I just want to give you a little taster. I want to give you the statistics. I want to show you what is possible. So this letter to money is absolutely life-changing. It's a love letter to money. You uncover your belief systems. The letter starts something like, Dear Money, I'm so sorry. I haven't treated you very well. And you just talk a little bit about those limiting belief systems that you've all just written down. Money doesn't grow on trees. There's never enough. It makes me feel overwhelmed. I'm not good enough. I don't know about numbers. I don't deserve it. Blah, 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 blah. Write it all down. The next step was to go in and write the exact opposite. So if you have written, I'm not good enough, you just state, I am good enough. I deserve all the amazing, wonderful things. If you've written there's not enough, you write the exact opposite. And that's what you chant in your head every single day. On the start of this journey, I uncovered my money story and it was dismal. And of course, that was reflected to me by my bank account. And now as I tweaked and changed and refined and proximity is power, started hanging out with millionaires. I'm going on a super yacht on Saturday with I think 50. Most of them are millionaires, or many of them are millionaires, and I am not, but I'm working on building my $1 million empire. And I already am in my head. The physical realm and the bank account's got to catch up. But every single morning I wake up and I imagine in my head that very moment when I look at the bank statement and I'm a millionaire. So to me in my head, that's the other thing. You've got to visualize. May not be the million for you. You might just want to earn $1,000 a week where I started. I wanted to create. What's your wording around it? Earning is different to creating. I don't want to earn shit because I don't want to work hard. So I want to create $1,000 a week or more in 10 hours of work or less. So, and it seemed absolutely outrageous. I had to get up and say it in front of a group of people because you all know I'm just such a total personal development junkie, and I was at a course and they made me stand up in front of like 50 people and say, it's the year 2016 and I just had moved out of my corporate role where I was earning on 100 plus a year, 100 grand plus, to being like pretty much having a mental breakdown and losing the plot. Completely lost who I was, went to this course and they made me stand up in front of everybody and say, it's the year 2016 or 17, whatever it was. I am a personal trainer, hadn't even done the course yet. I literally just lost my job in the corporate world or chose to do something else because I was having a breakdown. I'm earning $1,000 a week in 10 hours, or creating $1,000 a week or less, or more in 10 hours or less. And I felt like a total fraud. My face went red. I was like, my brain was telling me that's impossible. You're never going to be able to do that. blah, 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 the internal dialogue, right? But the more I was around those people, the more I saw all my friends just go ahead and rise up and do these amazing things and create $1 million businesses and serve the people and show up daily. I was like, mate, if they can do it, I can do it. I'm going to hang around you and I'm going to feel that vibration. I'm going to learn that from you. So proximity is power. Get yourself some wealthy friends who are wealthy in finances. You're probably going to have a different role model in your health. You hang around, if you want a good physique, you go to the person with the best physique and you get the information from them. If you want a good relationship, you look at around your friends group or your peer group who's got a good relationship. I'm going to go learn from them. And what you do is you model their behavior, you model their vibration, you absorb all the goodness, and then you take it away and you share it with your friends and family, and it ripples out. Okay, so we've gone through a few things. A handful of new people have jumped on. The first thing you need to do is uncover limiting beliefs, the current internal dialogue. Write it down. And then we're going to go through and write the exact opposite to that, and that's what you read every night before you go to bed. So you read the positive affirmation every night before you go to bed, and every morning when you wake up in the morning, the positive affirmation. I have enough, I am abundant, I am wealthy. Same as all areas of your life, not just money. I get this physique. Woo! I haven't trained today. I get this physique because I model it and I do the same thing every day. People say, how's your hair like that? How's your skin so healthy? I turn 40 next year. I go to the best people, I say, how do you do that? Teach me and show me how. I do really focused intention and action until it becomes my normal, and then I move on to the next thing. And then it's a lot easier. So now I'm revisiting my physique because I got to a point where I'd sort of relaxed a little bit too much, and I wasn't uncomfortable, but I committed to outstanding, right? I went to Tony Robbins and I'm up in front of hundreds of people now, and I thought I don't want to just get up there, be average or good enough. I want to be extraordinary. I really want to help these people, and my stature and my presentation on stage, or my presence on stage, is important. So that is about how I feel about myself, how I hold myself, how fit and strong and grounded I feel. So it's all super important. So everybody that's jumping on, you're going to have to go back and watch the first couple of steps. Then we're going to write a love letter to money. And it starts off, if anyone does this and takes a photo of it, you will get an incentive and you will be rewarded, because like I said at the half-day workshop on the weekend, I reward people that take action. Write a letter to money. Dear money, I'm sorry I've treated you like shit. You're going to talk to it like a person. Please forgive me, unless of course your money story is different, but there's always movement for growth. I'm so sorry I've treated like that and I haven't valued. I really, please forgive me. And then you're going to write your new money story. I value. I invite you into my life. I'm so excited about the things that we can do together. And tell money what you're going to do with it, the impact that you're going to make, the contribution you're going to make, how you're going to show your friends and family how they can also say yes to the universe and yes to life and yes to abundance. So we're going to do this together and we're going to do that together and we're going to create freedom for this person and that person. And it's absolutely, and you can just keep writing and writing and writing and writing. So you want to write to money as though it's a person and you're inviting it to come and stay with you and do whatever it wants to do while it's there with you. And then it will come and it'll go around like this in a cycle. You get ultra clear about where you are right now and where you want to be. And then some action steps to get there if you feel like you need more support in that. If you take action now and say, yes, Diane, either in the personal message or down here below, I want to take action, I'll give you a free 15 minutes of my time and we can come up with a plan of attack. And I tell you what, 15 minutes, I've spent 15 to 20 minute consultations I've spent with people have absolutely changed their life. So now I do a package of 4. It's $997. That's fully booked out, the full on one-on-ones. And most of those are 40 minutes. There's 4 sessions at 40 minutes. And people go away absolutely astounded at the shifts and changes that they can make in 40 minutes when you've got someone listening, directing, shifting, changing, implementing in that moment will absolutely blow your mind out of the water. So I hope this has been helpful. If you've enjoyed it, give us some love. Everybody who's jumping on, Linda's just jumped on. It's really cool to see you on here. I think I'm going to have to push my question and answer live on a Monday through to 2 o'clock. It's a bit harder to get on here by 1, but it's good to see you on here. I can see some of you are taking actions. The personal messages are coming in, so there's going to be a few of you actually, by the look of it, that are going to get the 15-minute consultation. So really excited about that. I will extend it because if you take action, you're going to get an incentive and you will be rewarded. Anna says, thank you, Di. You've inspired me to take action now. Okay, awesome. Give the love, give out all the love. It's beautiful to see you on here, everybody that's stayed on here. And I want to hear the action that you're going to take, and I want to be able to hold you accountable to it. Because I love doing these lives, but I'm moving over a lot, working one-to-many. You know, I'm on national tour at the moment, Brisbane, Sydney, Toowoomba, Melbourne, possibly over at Perth. And I've just been doing guest speaking gigs all over there. Full rooms every single time. So that's really exciting. I got all the merchandise now. The Pixy Cards will be out in Daisy Land last month. In reality, probably early January, but we're going to have a pre-sale for them at the end of the year. So keep your eye out for that. We also have Christmas markets coming up at Marburg. I think we've got a few more tickets for the VIP option. So if you're interested in that, you get a wine, Lotus Bell tents, beautiful champagne on arrival, canapes. We'll have some beautiful live music, and it's market, so then you can go and do your Christmas shopping. So it's super exciting. Daly says, I'm writing a letter this evening. Yay! So if you've been to a half day, you're going to be on the Successful Soul Seekers page. Share it on there if you feel the call to, Daly, because it's going to encourage other people to start sharing. If you're not on the Successful Soul Seekers page, you want to come to my half day workshop, because it's a group that I've set up for everybody that comes to the half day to be supported by the community. So on these lives, on my personal page, on my business page, you get a lot of like the top information. As we filter down into the other pages, when you've attended an event or you come to the retreat, we give you more quality content because we've built up a baseline for you. So if you're interested in knowing more about that, I don't even know when the next workshop is. I think it's February, but follow my page, you'll get all the updates. But just know, guys, don't let not knowing stop you. I had a conversation, who was it with? Oh yeah, a very dear friend yesterday who's doing amazing things in the world, and she said to me, what I realised, Di, so much to offer the world. What I realised was that I grew up in an environment that had just enough. So what she had taken on in her head in terms of her money vibration, and all the people she was hanging around also had a very similar money vibration, because you attract likeness, and she realised she couldn't earn more than her parents in her head. Does anybody else feel this? That they set like an invisible ceiling, and then once you get there, something happens and it brings you back down. So sometimes it might be that $1,000 a week, that $100,000 a year, and you just don't seem to bust through that. So that's what the half day workshop is for, to take you down deeper and deeper and deeper, and we do the work. And then most people go on to the 2-day immersion, where we get even deeper again. We strip back the layers, we take off the masks, we reprogram the brain, we connect in with the heart, we invite in the higher self, best parts of spirituality, best parts of science, and we infuse and weave them together and add community, plant-based food. Your life will absolutely transform. So I hope you've all found this really helpful and really valuable. I can see all the personal messages coming in, so I want to get on and see who's taken action. It's been a really intense couple of days for me. I picked up my phone last night after having not been on it for a couple of days, and there was 135 messages. So if I don't get back to you, like I literally have been on the go all day, haven't stopped. I've got my jacket out there, I've got to zhuzh and do my hair for a speaking video that I've got to do next, and then I've got to get on the computer and reply to everybody, set all the next events that we're doing. But while you've got me here for the next probably 5 minutes, is there any questions you guys want to ask me specifically? I can still see there's lots of people on the call, so I'll sit down. Can you still see me? Let me know. Is there any questions specifically that you want to know, either about finances and money, health? That's not a really good look on that computer. Sorry, guys. Health and wealth, any areas of the life, business, running events is a big one. A lot of people want to know how to feel events, bums on seats, which I learnt from beautiful Francesca, the processes around that, presenting, getting your slideshow ready, empowering people, whatever it is. Showing up. The other question I get a lot is balance. Like, how do you stay fit, be a present mum, run a really successful business, all the thing. And there's a habit stack. I look at my diary every night. Some of you are going to laugh so hard at this because old Pixie Di would never have done this. I resisted it for so long. Any kind of scheduling, I was just like, no, it's not me. I'm spiritual. I don't need to schedule. It's just a distraction from what's coming through. Ooh, and some of you might still feel like that. I'm not judging you. I'm judging myself. So yeah, what I used to think was no scheduling. It's a distraction. But what I've actually realized, it allows me to get so much more done. It's incredible because I allocate certain amounts of time to things. So before I go to bed at night, I plan for the next day. Beautiful Robin. Lewis and Robin taught me that. And I resisted it for a while, but I've just started doing it. And I have a look at my schedule for the next day, and every minute is allocated for, whether it's resting and lazing on the couch, whether it's cooking a meal. Oh, I've got some shares here. Yes, I'm starting my love letter to money. Yes, and you can feel tears already. So good. Looking forward to Pixy Cards. Okay, awesome. I will send anyone that's interested in the Pixy Cards, there's a 48-hour window to get them for... well, they'll be the same price at the pre-release. I'll just wait. You can get the information then. But they're going to be $65. But if you get them at your pre-release price, it'll be $50. So you can get your cards. And since you mentioned them, Anna, let me tell you about them. You may have already heard, but I just had this dream. I always ask, like I said earlier, how can I serve more people? And I watch what lights women up. And the first thing was the ring. I don't have it on today, but the remember ring that I wear on this finger. It's big one. Big long one. Michelle channeled the design on the necklace. Can you guys see that? And on the back it says Rise Up Soul Sister in the same font as the book, which I'm pretty impressed with. So I watched women, and I'd go and have coffee and little play dates in the park, and we'd bring these cards, and they'd hold the cards, the affirmation cards, to their chest, and they go, universe, let me know if you're watching this and you know what I'm talking about. Hey Carmen. Hope your little bubba's all good. I saw some photos, so cute. So you hold these cards to the chest, and it's like, universe, what do I need to know today? And they're holding these cards to the chest, and they bring them down. You guys over there can't see me. Bring them down, they have a look, pick one out, and it's like, blah-de-da, blah-blah. Oh my gosh, that message was made for me. It's just changed the trajectory of my life. If you know what I'm talking about, give me some love. Say, hell yes, I know what you're talking about. So I saw some women, and I know how I felt when I pulled these cards out and they gave me some direction in my life when I was feeling uncertain or a little bit wishy-washy, and I'd be like, okay, I'm on the right path, I'm on the right track. And I thought, you know what? Being a creator, I want to know how to do that for people. I want to know how to help people have that feeling. So what I did was like, okay, I'm going to create a deck of cards, of course. And I want it done yesterday, of course. Anyway, so I'm creating my own affirmation cards, and I wanted it in pixie form. So I manifested an artist. So Beautiful Green is our head artist currently, like as we speak, drawing pixies, drawing people in pixie form. And I thought I was going to do the lot of it. I was going to publish the deck. It was going to be 24 or 25 cards of me in pixie form, the long flowing hair and the messages, and I get to write again and create, and I love it, and it's great. Then I thought to myself, I don't want it to be all about me. It's not about me. It's about the community. How can I draw the community in? How can I serve the community? How can I help other women be part of this vision? And I thought, okay, perfect. Instead of 25 cards of me, I'm going to put it out there to all the community and the women that I know who wants to be part of this deck. So what can happen is you send me a photo of you out leaving your legacy. So Anna, that might be you in your coffee van with little doTERRA bottles of oils beside you, and you send me that photo. I send it off to the artist. She creates you in pixie form, and then what happens is you're in charge of writing the blurb, because I didn't want all the messages to come from me. So I've coached people through writing their blurb. So what we say is you're writing to the woman you were 5 years ago. So when these cards go out into people's homes and they hold them to their chest and go, what do I need to do? And they pull it out, and it's Anna, and Anna says today, and then it's a message from you to that woman, and she's like, oh my gosh, I just needed to hear that. Thank you so much, Anna. So I think there's 3 spots left for that. The investment for it is $250, and what that will get you is your deck of cards, and it helps pay for the publishing and the lawyer. I need to get a lawyer in to draw up all the agreements and the printing of the cards, and then you can have them for wholesale for your people as well. So that is freaking amazing and just wonderful. I've had such a huge response to it that we're looking at doing the 2nd edition already, and I haven't even printed the first one. So you guys have got to help me out with it and send in the love. When we go on pre-release, get your cards so you can get from that discounted price, unless of course you're a Pixie, you're going to get it with a $250 investment, and of course pay the artist as well. So that feels really good because it's impacting, it's helping Green, our beautiful head artist, go global because these cards have already been pre-sold overseas. So that's super cool. Give me some love. Jodie Conduit's on because she is loving the shizit out of me. Yes, I love it. Yeah, good. So if you're getting tingles, Anna, while you're writing this letter, you're getting down deep enough. And I did a live yesterday. It was a really cool topic. Go watch it. It's like, are you losing yourself in your identity, being your motherhood, your parenting, your job, your relationship, whatever it is? And one of the points in there was exactly that. You got to know who you are without all that stuff, and you just keep asking why and why and why is that important and why is that important. It takes off all the layers and all the rehearsed answers. Who knows what I'm talking about? How are you today? I want to hear what you'd say. Everyone, I'm going to wait a minute until you give me a response. If you saw me out and we're catching up for coffee or going for a walk and we see each other, I'm like, hey, how are you today? What's your standard response? What's your rehearsed response? Because all of you are going to have a rehearsed response that you pretty much say every single time. And I'm about tweaking things in little 2mm moves so you can make big shifts and changes in your life. What's your responses? Who's going to take some action? Carmen, you're probably holding a baby right now. Deli, you're probably doing 16 million different things and you felt drawn to wearing your necklace today. Beautiful Adele provided a bunch of food for us at the half-day workshop. Deli brownies. Jodie, what's yours? Matthew, what's yours? Anna, what's yours? What do you say, Linda, when somebody says, hi, how are you? Deli says, I'm good, how are you? So this is it, right? We're going to keep asking the questions. Take the layers off. Why is that important? Why is that important? Until you get the goosebumps. Until you get those tears of grace and connected into something deeper than yourself. And going back to that how are you question, so many people, I did it for years until someone pointed it out to me. So, Jodie's driving, she can't reply. Sharon says, good, how are you? Deli says, I'm good, how are you? And for me, so many years, I was like, I'm good, thank you. I didn't even ask how they were. That I didn't get taught that. I was just like to say, good, thank you. And ever since I changed that, when someone asks me how I am now, because it's usually just, I don't really want to know, like my friends do if we're sitting down for a good chat. But most of the time you're like at the petrol station or you're paying for your petrol, or you're grabbing coffee and like, hi, or Woolies, hi, Ellie, how are you? Good, thanks. I just go, excellent, thank you, because it's the vibration that you meet it with in that moment that then transfers over into your future. So many people are going back into that trauma or the anger or the frustration of the past and expecting something different in the future. Same with our money. We're bringing those money stories forward, living that vibration in the moment and expecting something different in the future. Your future changes right now in this present moment when you make a choice. When you make a choice for something different, when you make a choice for something more, when you make a choice for a different direction, when you make a choice for an empowering belief system instead of what we've been taught. It's served us up until now, but most of us have not been taught through society to have a healthy relationship with money. We fear it, we lack it, there's not enough of it. Not everybody, but a lot of people. And I want to hear from you guys where you're at. If things shift and change even after this call, once you've written your letter to money, you're going to put it in an envelope, put it in your undies drawer, and then you're going to revisit in 6 months' time. So I'm going to get on and I'm going to reply to everybody who's messaged me to have that free 15 minutes with me. Keep watching so you know when the next half-day workshop is, because we go deeper into all of this content, really deep. And then of course the 2 days after that, where we can really immerse you in it, where we can build community around you, where we can get in and reprogram the brain at even a deeper level to get more massive change for you. The stuff I do, guys, is not hard. People think it requires discipline and motivation. It doesn't. Discipline and motivation is a response to what you value. If you value your health, you'll create time and money to spend on it. You'll create resources to do it. If you value family, that's what you'll find the time to do. What a lot of us don't realize, if you are trying to exercise and get this physique and feeling like it's going to take so much discipline and motivation, it's because you don't value it. So I have a system, a strategy that I do that brings it up in the value of hierarchies. So then it's the tweak of your subconscious instead of just pushing every day. The other thing is it's the finances. For me, I didn't value it. I didn't think I relied on it for my survival like I do my health. So it wasn't until I brought it up my values list, it sat at the bottom, and until I brought that into my conscious awareness, I didn't realize. So money sat down the bottom. So I had the least. I had health, had amazing family and connection. I was on my growth path and in contribution and career. Relationships were really connected and business was going really well, but the numbers weren't there, and it was because I didn't value it. So once I did this 5-minute strategy, which will also be in on my online course, which I'm doing content creation for this week, I brought it up the values just by a 5-minute strategy, and it started rolling in. I wrote my letter. I started hanging out with people who had money and learning their vibration and feeling their vibration. And yeah, now I can share that with all of you. I can bring it to you. Deli Denman says, I have never been happier than I am now that I have done such deep work with Di. Yeah, it's so lucky. Hey Deli, we just take all the masks off. We break down all the walls, all the prisons that we've subconsciously put ourselves in for so many years. And we do it in a safe place, because it can be really scary for people, yes? When I make you yell into the river, Rah! No, just kidding. We go through the process, so it's just the next organic step, is to release anything that's been holding you back. And some people will do that through sound, some people will do it through movement, some people will do it through writing and throwing something in the fire. But we find the way for you, and we adapt it, and we tweak it, and we refine it until you get the massive change that you deserve and desire in life. So unless you've done this type of work, guys, you're probably not going to have the depth of awareness, and you're certainly not going to have the community around you that needs to hold you in this transformation. So what you can't pay for is the community that I've created. It's taken pretty much my whole life to bring together the like-minded people, to bring together people that care, that they don't compare and compete or criticize. They're compassionate, and what they do is collaborate with you. They connect with you. They lift you higher. So it's nearly like everyone part of the community's been handpicked through the whole funnel process, right at the top. And you come down to the half day, you can come to the retreat if that's your thing. And we create online communities and physical communities, because I'm based in Ipswich. And it's just such an incredible, amazing group of people. And it's very valuable. You need to be in and around the right people. So write down a list of the 5 people you spend the most time with, and really take some time to look at that list and see how you feel and how those people inspire you before you choose consciously to spend time with them. And I'm not saying go out and get rid of all your own friends, because everybody's got something to offer. But if you haven't chose it consciously, what happens is your vibration chooses it for you. And that is all the injected stuff from the past that you've been taught from other people and may not actually be your truth. So that's a lot of content. That's a lot of information to take in. I really hope it's been helpful. My time is up, so I am going to go move on to the next video. Yay! And I'll see you all very soon. Going to check my inbox now. Bye, people.